Decisions that need to be made in 25. Welcome back to another episode of the Black and Gold Standard Podcast. And today, I kind of want to have some fun with this. Obviously, the Steelers is going into week 18, which is the last week of the season, regular season, before they get ready for the playoffs. But I kind of want to skip past that and kind of just get to the end of the season. As far as I think that some decisions that really need to be made on this team to move this team either farther ahead and really get this program, get this organization back to where it really needs to be. And so the little game I want to play is, I just think at the end of the year, and I'm quite sure this kind of happens in some type of way, but Art Rooney needs to sit down at that big old table, and across from him, you need to have Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin in that room, and he needs to kind of lay the law a little bit. And what I mean by that, I think some changes need to be made. And I think the first change is for Mr. Rooney to tell Mike Tomlin, I need you to be more of a CEO with this football team. I mean, you're the head coach, but I need you to be more of a CEO and let the offense do their thing. And we need another defensive coordinator to come in and let the defensive coordinator run this defense. And you kind of I don't want you to be totally hands off, but kind of let go of the reins of having a lot to do with this defense and get this defense back to Pittsburgh Steelers standard. They paid this defense a lot of money, and it's not living up. It's not living up to the Pittsburgh Steelers standard. It's not living up to the money that they're being paid. And so I think you need to get a sharp defensive coordinator in here and just play 2025 football to me. I mean, let's get some different coverages. Let's not be so bland. Let's do some exotic blitzes, something to get this defense playing the way that it should. And I think part of it is going to be getting a new defensive coordinator and getting Mike Tomlin to kind of get his hands off the defense a little bit. I guess you see where I'm going with that. I think Terrell Austin probably needs to be let go and, like I say, bring in another defensive coordinator. On the offensive side, I guess for the weapons that they have, they're doing the best they could do. The only thing that I would kind of question Arthur Smith in is this George Pickens, and let's get into this with him. As you know, when Arthur Smith was in Tennessee, it didn't go good with AJ Brown. I mean, eventually he wanted out of there, and they were, he got traded because Arthur Smith, and I get it, his offense is not just so much of just running the ball, but he likes to spread the ball around. So it's nothing for him to have his two tight ends and he really doesn't care, and it's nothing wrong with that, but if you're gonna have a stud receiver, I don't care who it is, and it's just the nature of the position. You have to get those guys involved. You have to not force them the ball, but you have to get George Pickens involved early. You get the ball to him early, get him locked in, and you got him. He's fine. And that would go with Jamar Chase or any other stud receiver. If you don't get those guys the ball, they're they're gonna whiz out because the receiver position, everybody say they're divas and selfish. It's not really so much of that. That's the only position that's really on the football field where you the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, they really determine what you're going to do. At least with running backs, the running back know he's going to get the ball 10, 15, 20 times a game. Um, Quarterback got the ball every play. The offensive linemen, they're doing their thing every play. And the same thing on defense. It can get kind of boring as a corner, but, they're still every play they're doing their thing. Well, with the receiver, you have to rely on that quarterback getting you the ball, and you have to get these guys locked in. You have to get these guys locked in, and the way you do that is make sure you get the ball to them early and often. I'm not nobody saying that George Pickens needs to have 15 targets a game, but you need to lock him in early. So that's just a philosophy that they would have to just try to work out with Arthur Smith in his offense. Um, I'm not one of them guys that's going to be like you need to fire Mike Tomlin and all that. I mean, no, I've never really thought that, but hopefully he would go along with these moves. Now, if he decides that no, he can't do that and don't want to do that, then you move to that next step. And I'm not even going to get into that because I think Mike Tomlin would agree and do what he has to do. And another change I believe needs to be the offensive line coach. I think it's time for a new offensive line coach. I understand these guys are young. I understand like McCormick was a guy that probably shouldn't even be playing this year. I get all that, but I don't see the development really happening. And I just think a new voice. It's time for a new voice in that room and really, get these guys going because honestly, the offensive line is really the big reason the offense is struggling right now. And it's not all on them. It's not all on them. So I don't want to blame everything on them, but they're a major part of it. And I just think it's time for a new voice, new technique, because see, you can watch some of the things. If you watch 22, you just watch some of the things that's over and over again every week that they play high. Sometimes Jones doesn't even know his assignments and all that type stuff. I say that's coaching. And and excuse me. And so I, I think that needs to be rectified, and I think it's time for a new voice in that room. So that's just, I just wanted to kind of get on here and kind of talk about some things that I think that should take place, and hopefully some of these things will come true. And as far as this game on Saturday, I mean the Steelers, I want to see a win like everybody else want to see a win. I don't want them to go into the playoffs, with a 4-game losing streak. But we'll see what happens, and we will talk next week. Until then, take care. All right, bye-bye.